Peace and love, everybody. Anna Renee, your love power God is coming to you all once again. Welcome, welcome to all of you who happen to be able to stop by with at this very awkward hour, 4 o'clock. I know a lot of people are finishing up at work at this hour, but I got to figure something better out. I got to work when the light is up in the sky because I don't have any lighting yet. Getting ready to change that up, but still wanted to flaunt and show off for you guys. Leo season, pulled out all my old jewelry from like way back when. Wearing my shades because that's just the way we turn up. That's the way a Sagittarian turns up in Leo season. Yeah, we put our shades on, our pink shades, and it looks good as a matter of fact. We wear a red shirt and we wear a bunch of jewelry and we hold our earth stones. We got our what is this? I haven't been dealing with my stones for so long that I don't remember what you call these things. This is the Eye of Heru is what I remember, but I think it's amethyst. And this one is rose quartz. I've been having this rose quartz for like forever. And that's what we got, my people. So, yes, my people, I understand that, you guys might not be here, but you can always check the video out later on when it's convenient for you. Excuse me. And I got to figure out how we're going to do this thing. But right now, I got to sit and do it while the light is good. My lighting is not good most of the time, so I wanted to present myself to you. And now let's switch out these shades. Lord of mercy. And put on our glasses so we can see what we're talking about here. My people, yes, greetings to each and every one of you all. Let me turn this down. I want to keep it, but I don't want it to be so loud. Yeah. If I put it closer to the microphone, then you'll still be able to hear it. Greetings, everybody. Peace and love to each and every one of you all in this beautiful Leo season, this real beautiful time. And we just recently had our Lion's Gate, which is a real big deal here in Leo. Is the star Sirius reaching its zenith in the sky? I think that's how that goes. I'm not sure because I'm a student as well when it comes to astrology and all of that kind of stuff. I am a student right along with you guys, and maybe you guys know something more. Let me know. Make sure you drop comments so that I can learn because, like I said, I am in a process of learning. Yeah, let me flaunt my jewelry today. Got my jewelry today, you know what I'm saying? Yes, bunch of stuff that I bought over the time. So, yes, my people, I just wanted to talk a little bit about Leo energy. And of course, I'm reading from my book, that I have been talking to you guys about Do It Yourself Astrology. Loving this book. Love, love, love this book. So, my people, and I have been feeling like tapping into the Leo energy as well. I just feel so expansive these days. I just want to break out of my constrictions like George Clinton, the double cancer, sang about so often. He was always singing about breaking out of your constrictions. Okay. I can imagine that he has some heavy constrictions being a double cancer, sun and moon and cancer. I be feeling that same way sometimes. So, you know what? I want to start tapping into all of the energies and learning more about all of these energies. And when I came across this book, I have said it a number of times. I saw the way this particular book is put together, and I just really appreciate how down to earth and just how straightforward and easy the book is written so that we can understand ourselves more so than the stars in the heavens. A lot of astrologers talk about the stars in the heavens, like like the Lionsgate series, for example, you know, and they talk about different angles and how they are going to affect the energy on the earth. What about me personally? I want to know about me personally. What can I do for myself to help me? And so I am going to read from this book because it's so helpful in that regard. So, my people, once again, thank you all for coming here and hooking up with me as I read this beautiful energy. Hi to all of you. Welcome to all of you. Thank you all for coming and stopping by. Yes, Leo season. Yes, let's turn up. The turn up ain't got to be you going out drinking and whoring and stuff like that. It ain't got to be that. You can turn up in more ways than one. But anyway, you got to have a little bit of information about the sun in Leo. And I'm going to read from the sun in Leo and the moon in Leo. So let's see what this book is talking about, okay? The essence of the sun in Leo is living through creating. And we know our Leos are extremely super beautifully creative beings, right? Extremely super beautiful creative beings. And that's how they live. They live through creating. They are a child of the sun. And that reminds me of a song by Earth, Wind, and Fire called Mighty, Mighty. A real old song. I don't know if you youngsters know about this song by Earth, Wind, and Fire. It's like one of their first big hits. It was called Mighty, Mighty. And it sings like this: We are people of the mighty, mighty people of the sun. Anyway. In our heart lies all the answers to the truth you can't run from. People of the mighty, mighty sun. That must mean we are children of the sun. We are star children and sun children, okay? And the other part is I am my own role model. I am my own role model. That sounds like Leo straight up and down. Okay, let's get it. As the sun is dignified in Leo, your main qualities are best expressed and understood in terms of the sun. You want to shine and be the center of attention. No matter how shy or how lacking in confidence you might feel inwardly, you will want to be noticed in some way. That's interesting. You can be shy as a Leo, all right? But inside of your spirit somewhere, you're going to want to be seen. You're going to want to be up on that stage. I don't care how shy you are. You're going to want to overcome that shyness as a Leo, okay? And most likely you will because you want to be seen. All right. No matter how shy or lacking in confidence you might feel inwardly, you will want to be noticed in some way. For this reason, it is necessary for you to feel happy in the spotlight. Feel happy in that spotlight, which means that respect is vitally important, both for yourself and from others. Both for yourself and from others. Okay. In fact, respect from others is dependent upon self respect. So for Leo, honor really does have to be bright. You have to be self respecting and self honoring, and that's how you get that respect and honor from others. That makes sense. In effect, Leo shines in any event. How warm and bright, how noble and creative that light that radiates from you happens to be is the crucial point. You can bring warmth and illumination to situations where they are needed like no other sign. Okay. And this radiant glow is often quite physically noticeable. In this way, you create a focal point and a generator for anything that is happening. As you do so, you imply Leo's well known royal presence. Leo creates an air of certainty that makes possible so many things, an air of certainty. They just know that they got it under control. They can make it happen. They are manifestors. They are serious manifestors, and they believe in themselves like nobody else. When you're around them, you just feel uplifted. You are in the presence of royalty. Of course, you're going to feel uplifted. Okay. After all, Barack Obama is a Leo. Okay. You guys know that, right? And people love being in his presence. And he just had that thing that we call swag. He was very self confident, but he shared his self confidence with everybody. He's fist bumping all kinds of people. And people love getting that fist bump from Barack Obama. Even the Republicans loved him. Anyway, we're not going political. We're not going political. Okay. Leo creates an air of certainty that makes possible so many things, as if by royal decree. And you need to be aware of your royal presence. The apparent confidence that streams forth from your heart gives the lie to the fact that you are highly dependent upon being appreciated. Okay. Yeah, you hear people say that the Leo needs people to bow down to them and appreciate them in order to feel uplifted. No, that's not absolutely true. You can't imagine Barack Obama needing somebody to appreciate him. He appreciates himself. He shares outward. That's that true high level Leo energy, okay? A king or queen without subjects or with no audience is not much of a monarch, just as the sun cannot function without the sky around it. This great leonine presence, no, this great leonine possession, or leonine, however you pronounce that, this great leonine possession, your natural ability to generate light, warmth, and centrality in the form of creative, healing, or commanding expressions, need to be controlled. All right, all right. The sun is, after all, an enormous nuclear reactor. Hmm. And if it is not constantly checked, okay, here we go. Here we go. The leonine ego can lead to a meltdown, a wild, destructive passion, or to sunspots, losing face or facial blemishes. This means that you need to pay as much attention to your critics okay, as to your admirers, okay? If you are to avoid the danger of being blinded by your own light. I mean, you are the sun after all. Yeah, you can't see your own shadow. You are the sun, you know? You need to listen to all of your subjects. A good monarch knows that, right? You got to have people who come to you and give you advice, your advisors, right? Yes, okay. Okay, this means that you need to pay as much attention to your critics as to your admirers if you are to avoid the danger of being blinded by your own light and destroying the very thing you originally sought to vitalize and maintain, be it a relationship, your home, your health, profession, or even your own children. Wow. Again, like the sun, Leo cannot see the shadows that it casts. Wow, that's serious. That's serious right there. Your brightness can also blind others to your vulnerability. Your brightness can also blind others to your vulnerable, oh, okay, your vulnerable, vulnerable, wow, I can't pronounce the word, vulnerability. You're vulnerable is, my mouth is not working for that word right now. Others can't see your vulnerability. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. Because you're shining so bright, people can't see when you might be in need of a little something extra. Okay, you might need a little help. You're not perfect all the time. you know? And when Leo is wounded, it is like the sun disappearing behind a cloud. The world is a colder and duller place for it. Such sensitivity could, of course, be seen merely as vanity, which is your most dangerous negative quality, as others are unlikely to praise and appreciate what appears as immodesty. And so a vicious circle can begin. At a certain critical stage, Leo has to realize that its power and influence shine through it, not from it. Oh, that's serious. Your energy, that influence, that shine comes through you from the Most High. Is you are not the one who originates that positive, powerful energy. The God within brings it forth. You got to remember that you are the vessel of this. Okay? If you remember that, and all that means is you just got to maintain a little bit of humbleness, you know. Take Barack Obama again as an example. You can tell that he's got a level of humbleness even in that swag that he has as well. You can tell, and that's what people love about him. He's humble, but he still got the swag. You know, he balances that so very well. That is admirable in the Leo sun. Okay, so Leo has to realize that its power and influence shine through it and not from it. Thus, your undeniable brightness shows others their path to the glory of good, and so ultimately your own. Like Leo, the sun, as it is seen, as that shimmering disk called the photosphere, is not really the sun itself, but just how it is seen by mortal eyes. That's serious. Okay, it's beautiful as a matter of fact. So, working through this transformer that I always talk about, right? The sun in Leo with the transformer is such. We go through the positive, the negatives, the problem, and the solution with that, okay? And so the positives, and we go around this transformer about 3 times, right? Okay, the positives is that Leo is noble, confident, generous, and gracious. Ooh, that's beautiful, gracious. But in a negative, pretentious, self righteous, flamboyant, and supercilious. Supercilious, what is that? Let me look that word up, okay, you guys? Supercilious definition. Okay, I'm in the wrong place. Can't look up words in YouTube. Supercilious definition.
Here's the definition of supercilious: behaving or looking as though one thinks one is superior to others.
Okay. Did you guys hear that? Behaving or looking as though one thinks one is superior to others. That's supercilious. Okay. You ain't better than me, Leo. Okay. I think you know that. I'm just kidding. You know that, right? Let me get my wind chimes back on. Okay. So, yeah. So, since that's the negative, the positive, the problem could be this: you're fearful of humiliation and of not being recognized or appreciated or respected. Okay. So that negative, pretentious, self righteous, flamboyant stuff comes about because you might be fearful of being humiliated or of not being recognized, probably more so than that, or appreciated or respected, which is very important to the Leo, you know. I can't imagine that Barack Obama would not want to be respected, you know. You just know he does, right? So the solution would be to recognize, appreciate, respect, and pardon both yourself and others. They will then follow suit. Oh, so you got to lead. You got to do it first. The thing you want is the thing you got to do first. That sounds right. As a monarch, as a leader, you do that thing, and then that thing will be done unto you. So you need to recognize others. You need to appreciate others the way Barack does, and he recognizes others. You've seen the photographs of him fist bumping someone, a janitor or something like that, right? Just boom, just I see you. Other monarchs like somebody like 45 would never even notice the person, the street, the janitor. Barack Obama did, and fist bump. So freaking cool. So that's what you got to do. You got to recognize, appreciate, respect, and pardon. Pardon. You got to give the pardons out, monarch, both yourself and others. Woo, okay. They will then follow suit. You're the leader here. Okay. So more positives: encouraging, commanding, yes, ambitious, and enterprising. That's that creativity, right? Enterprising. But the negative in that would be domineering, demanding, intolerant, and overestimating. Domineering, demanding, intolerant, overestimating. So, problem could be banishment, close associates withdraw support or investment. Oh, secret feelings of insecurity. Oh, okay. People withdraw from you, which is a form of banishment. Okay. All right. So the solution would be Leo controls others as much as it controls itself. Rank imposes obligations. Now I'm not quite catching on to that. Okay, Leo controls others as much as it controls itself. Rank imposes obligations. Rank imposes, and that's the solution. All right, I guess you're just going to have to come up in your leadership, and do things in the proper way, Leo. You guys know what it means. I don't. I'm only a mere Sagittarian over here. I'm not quite understanding that. Okay. More positivities. Proud, cultivated, dramatic sense, impressive. We all know that about our Leos. Oh my goodness. It's hot in here. I got all this stuff on. Sweating bullets under all of this. Okay, I gotta take some of this stuff off. I'm telling you. All right. OMG. Okay, so the negatives would be domineering, demanding. I'm not a Leo, so I can't support all of this. Intolerant and well, I already read that. Let's do this again. Proud, cultivated, dramatic, sense, and impressive. But the negative would be vain, snobbish, stuck up, melodramatic, and a show off. Melodramatic. Okay, so what could be the problem with that is falling from grace. Excesses have invited a decrease in lifestyle. Wow, that's interesting. You're doing too much. That's all that is. You're doing too much, and so it ends up taking away, subtracting from your royalness. Okay, and decreases your actual lifestyle because of the excesses. And then the falling from grace. People are not following behind you no more. They're not holding you up, okay, because you're vain, snobbish, stuck up, and melodramatic and showing off. Nobody ain't gonna follow behind that, okay? Nobody ain't gonna follow behind that, Leo, okay? So the solution would be false pride comes before a fall. True pride comes after one. Wow, that's interesting, huh? A false pride comes before a fall, okay? And true pride comes after a fall. Okay, so you fall, you get back up, and you learn your lessons and you develop your truth, your pride, your real pride. You would want to avoid that kind of thing happening if we can avoid it. All right, more positives. Self expressive, wealth of ideas, fun to be with, and warm. Self centered, the negatives. Self centered, overbearing, overblown, and scorching. Oh my God. We know Leos can get there. Leos can go there if things are not moving the way they want them to move. Self centered, overbearing, overblown, and scorching. Wow, that's hot. That's coming in hot. Okay. So the problem probably was crestfallen as a result of expecting too much, both of self and others, and a loss of dignity. You're sad, you're hurt because you expected too much from yourself or others and they couldn't live up to your expectations, and a loss of dignity. Yeah, because Leos they're big. They might do a little more than what's really possible at any one particular time. They're doing a little bit much, you know what I'm saying? And that's what they do. But they learn their lessons, though, you know. But anyway, the solution is this: the sun never tries to shine or set conditions. Oh, okay. The sun never tries to shine or tries to set conditions, it just shines. So should you. Just be you. You're going to shine because you are you. You ain't got to try to push. You don't have to become domineering, demanding. You ain't got to be doing all that. Just be yourself. Once again, let's just think of Barack Obama. He just comes out, smiles, and he's just his doggone self. He looks super cool when he's holding an umbrella. I mean, for real. Remember that picture of him with Valerie and they're walking in the rain and he's holding an umbrella and she's under it? God, that was just maximally fabulous. All he's doing is just walking with an umbrella in his hand. He's shining. That's it. He's not trying to shine, he just is. Because that's the way it is when you're Leo. So, more positives. One more time around this sun situation here. You're affectionate, Leo, loyal, irrepressible. What does that? You can't be repressed. I guess that's what that means. Irrepressible and romantic. Yeah. But the negatives would be affected, fierce, impossible, and unrealistic. Wow. Impossible. Wow. And in that impossibility, they still push and be their impossibleness. That impossible part is just too much, right? So you ain't got to be impossible. You can be your true, real self. So what the problem is getting away with murder and still feeling unwanted. Oh, okay. Getting away with murder and still feeling unwanted. Those who love you, the solution, those who love you love your inner glow more than your outer show. Those who love you now love your inner glow more than your outer show. Okay, your true people. They love you for you and your inner glow. They don't love you for your outer show and all that affectation and all that stuff. Just be your glowing, beautiful self. Remember that picture of Barack Obama when he put his feet up on the desk and his shoe had a gigantic hole in the sole? God, that was a cool picture, wasn't it? He was just shining. Raggedy shoes, so didn't even matter. Have you guys ever seen that picture of Barack? This is, I guess, when he may have been a senator or, a long old time ago. He was doing his work. He's putting in his work. His shoe had a big hole in the soul. It's not the affectation that make people love you as a Leo. It's your beautiful inner self, your glow that comes out. So, my people, that is the sun in Leo. Now we're going to do the moon in Leo. I want to see this one, definitely. I want to see how this plays itself out, because we know that moon energy is that feminine, positive, inward kind of stuff. So, how does the moon express Leo, which is so outwardly expressed? It's going to be some kind of a thing going on here. So, the moon in Leo, the essence of the moon in Leo is security through creating. The natural thespian, the closet show off. See this? Because it's the moon. The moon is usually inward, right? The moon is usually inner, right? But if you're a Leo moon, what Leo is outward. Leo is showing. Leo wants to be on stage. How does it go? How does this work? Okay. Security. And the moon is always about security. Is security through creating. The natural thespian, the closet show off. The closet show off. That's how the moon is going to do that. Security is sought through creating a definite impression and gaining some kind of acclaim. Often, however, when you eventually get caught in the spotlight, you can feel uncomfortably self conscious. Really, oh, the moon wants to be in that spotlight, but when they get there, they feel uncomfortable and self conscious. Why should this be so? It is important that you feel good about this need for recognition, for you have it in you to draw the limelight. Okay, even the moon has it in them to draw that limelight and to hold it naturally and gracefully. Now, this is the moon in Leo. How many of you guys know where your moon is, or whether or not you have moon in Leo? You don't hear a whole lot of talk about moon energy, not like that. Not in this kind of way, the way we break down the sun signs, right? This is the way the sun in Leo does, the sun in this one, the sun in this one. But you don't see too many people talking, going through the zodiac, talking about the moon energy. You will see some people talking about a sun, moon, and ascendant, sun, moon, rising. But to really break down how the moon would express in Leo, how Leo would express in the moon, you don't see a whole lot of people doing that. I don't be seeing it. A lot of astrologers talking that one. And so that's why I love this book so much, because it's going to really break down the emotions and how you act with that kind of a placement, a moon in Leo. So this is it. You might feel a little bit uncomfortable, but at the same time, you want it, but you may need to develop it. You have the ability to express that moon that Leo energy through your moon sign. You have it, but it might not just come shining because it's not the sun, it's the moon. The moon glows, right? The moon doesn't shine like that. It glows. So how do you develop this? Okay. Well, okay, let's start over. Security is sought through creating a definite impression and gaining some kind of acclaim. Okay. Often, however, when you eventually get caught in the spotlight, and the way they say it, you end up getting caught, you fall into it. It's coming, you just not expected it. You can feel uncomfortably self conscious. Why should this be so? It is important that you feel good about this need for recognition. You need it. You have that need for recognition, okay? For you have it in you to draw the limelight. You can draw the limelight just like a sun in Leo, okay? And to hold it naturally and gracefully, which would be the feminine way to do it, right? Conversely, seeking attention and not really knowing what for can lead to all sorts of complications. Oh, okay. So a moon in Leo might be seeking attention, but they don't really, they're confused a little bit. They might be doing weird stuff. They might not, they don't have that, they're not in control of that Leo energy. So your liking for money and status is also strong with a moon in Leo, okay? As is your ability to attain them, which is okay. They keep saying that you can get it, okay? You might not realize you can get it, but you can. You need to develop, okay? You can get it, the moon in Leo, okay? We already know the sun in Leo can get it, but you, moon in Leo, you can too. You got to work on it though, okay? But again, if you're the closet type of moon in Leo, you may play down these matters almost to the point of perversity. Wow, okay. Wow, you really, really, really be. I wonder if I have done that in my own life. I don't have a moon in Leo though. I have a moon in Aquarius. But I have really, you guys know I've gone on and on and on and on about the money piece, to the point of perversity. I would say yes. Yes, indeed. If you suffer, but my Leo is in the 10th house, and I'm not remembering what the 10th house represents, so that might have something to do with it. If you suffer from any of these negative cases above, then look for the possibility of not wishing to repeat overt or negative expressions of ego as practiced in the past by your mother or by yourself. See, the moon is always the moon, okay, is always connected to the mother. And the way we act from a moon perspective probably has been overshadowed in kind of way by your mother in some way or another, the positive and the negative. So if you suffer from any of the negative cases above, then look for the possibility of not wishing to repeat overt or negative expressions of ego. Hi there. I can't pronounce your name. You look pretty today. Thank you very much. I'm fronting for my Leo people. Although I couldn't hold on to all that energy, those big old pieces, necklace and stuff like that. But thank you so very much. Okay. I wish I could pronounce your name. It looks like you're saying tush time. I'm sorry. I can't. You know what? I'm so sorry. I don't know. All right, but let me keep moving forward here before I mess myself up here. Okay. As the moon is indicative, oh, wait a minute. For example, as a child, insistent demands for attention may have been either always indulged or unavoidably ignored. Wow, that's serious. Okay. Behind everything lies a fear of criticism and consequently an inability to take it. Wow. A fear of criticism as a child coming up, a fear of criticism and an inability to take the criticism. So you're afraid of it, and then when it comes, it's hard for you to deal with it. That's something right there. Yeah, Leo doesn't really like being criticized. We none of us do, but it's even harder for them. As the moon is indicative of unconscious behavior patterns, and since both negative and positive patterns are dramatized so grandly in Leo, the negative and the positives are dramatized so grandly in the Leo. It is necessary for feedback to be received, acknowledged, and acted upon. Otherwise, such precious and self justifying egocentricity can lead to others expressing their discomfort at it in a far more dramatically upsetting fashion than merely telling you what they think of you. Otherwise, such precious and self justifying ego, oh, if you're being so preciously and self justifyingly egocentric, others might come down real hard on you. They might really give it to you, in a way that you really might not be able to handle. You gotta you gotta tone that down a little bit, okay? All right. The negativity. We're talking about the negativity, okay? Such fiery and lively emotions, you have a natural sense of drama and creativity. You are also a wow with children, being childlike yourself. We know that Barack Obama, children just love him. Remember that one where he and his wife were somewhere and there was a baby. She picked the baby up. The baby was, "Wah, wah, wah." And he said, "Oh, give me that baby. Come here, little baby. Baby." He said, "Come here, baby." The baby stopped crying immediately. But that's a sun in Leo. I guess it would be even more powerful for a moon in Leo because that's the mother that represents a mother. So yeah, moon in Leo, mother gonna have her children are gonna love her completely. Yes, yes, they're good mothers. I see. Otherwise, such precious. Okay, listen. With such a fire and lively emotions, you have a natural sense of drama and creativity. See, that's what kids will love you for. You are also a wow with children, being childlike yourself. You can overreact to relatively insignificant situations, but you can also make a dull situation into an exciting one. That's lovely. With this childlike sense of fun and games, you can find the absurd and ridiculous in everything, except yourself, perhaps. It is difficult for you to create a sense of detachment. Everything is taken as personal praise or insult. So, when it is essential to let go of something or someone, it is best achieved in a spirit of grace rather than favor. I don't understand that. It's achieved in a spirit of grace rather than as a favor, I guess. In this way, your all important dignity may be kept intact. Okay. Okay, I understand. Yeah. You don't want people to be doing you a favor. Just be graceful, so that you can maintain your dignity, which is very important. Okay. Let's see. In this way, your all important dignity may be kept intact and your feathers remain unruffled. On one level, you are not quite sure if you have any right to have an ego at all. I guess that's the feminine energy in that, because a sun Leo don't have no problem with having an ego. But on the other, you can be highly perturbed and upset by the thought of being taken in vain. Okay. One way of expressing this is by appearing to be easygoing and flexible when really you are not. Oh, okay. On the other hand, too rarely do you show your sincerity, emotional warmth, or generosity. Now we're talking about the moon energy, moon in Leo. So I guess that moon has those hidden, moonish kind of stuff going on. Emotional kind of stuff because it is the moon. I can imagine that a moon in Leo could really be wildly emotional, hugely dramatically emotional, in a positive and a negative. That's got to be quite interesting to see something like that, you know what I mean? Let's see. On one level, you're not quite sure if you have any right to have an ego at all, but on another, you can be highly perturbed and upset by the thought of being taken in vain, taken for granted. On Let's see, one way of expressing this is by appearing to be easygoing and flexible when really you're not. Okay, so there it is. Okay, I'm catching on. I'm catching it. You're pretending like everything is cool, but really underneath you're burning. When you got that moon in Leo, and people are not treating you in your royal way. That's the way the moon would express that. It's burning underneath when you're being disrespected and not treated in the way that you should be as a royal. Okay. On the other hand, too rarely do you show your sincerity, okay? Emotional warmth and generosity. No doubt someone or something made you feel small and insignificant in the past, or else you gained a false sense of pride. In any event, you'd best come out to play and meet both the embarrassment and the glory that go with having a human ego. Okay, so the moon, those high energies work their way a particular way in the moon energy. Okay, yeah, you're going to be hiding your emotions, and they're big if somebody's mistreating you. But anyway, my people, now let's go to the transformer where we're talking about the positive, the negative, the problem, and the solutions. Okay, and they're just words, that descriptive words. Okay, so the positive for the moon in Leo now: impressive, self-confident, majestic, and noble. Okay, but in the negative is demanding, praise seeking, and subtly domineering, and snobbish, which is also kind of subtle as well. This is the way it comes out in the moon energy. It's very subtle, the differences between the sun Leo and the moon Leo. In fact, let me just make a comparison. Let's see, where's that Leo? Here it is. The sun in Leo, the first set of words was noble, confident, generous, and gracious. And the negative was pretentious, self righteous, flamboyant, and supercilious, which means thinking that you're better and superior to other people. But when we're talking about a moon Leo energy, impressive, self confident, majestic, and noble, or demanding, praise seeking, subtly domineering, and snobbish. Okay, that's that feminine energy going at it. So the problem could be you're feeling indignant, rejected, and avoided by others, but not openly. Feeling indignant, rejected, and avoided by others, but not openly. I guess that could be like if you moved into a new neighborhood, right? And the women are getting together and throwing parties and you haven't been invited. That kind of rejection is subtle. It's not that somebody came knocking on your door and say, well, you're not going to be invited to my party. They just didn't invite you. I guess that's what that is. Not openly. I'm just trying to figure this out. The solution would be to recognize your obvious pride, then master it, and what it is in, and what it is in. Recognize your obvious pride, then master it, and what it is in. Ooh, I'm not quite catching that. Maybe you guys get that. Recognize your obvious pride, then master it. Oh, and what is it in? I guess, what is it that you're proud of about yourself? I guess that's what they're saying. Anyway, more positives: popular, lively, sunny, and dignified. That's the moon. The moon in Leo is sunny. I can't do anything about that sun. It's coming through anyway. The negative would be easily flattered. Oh, okay. That's a negative. Easily hurt, self centered, and vain. So a negative would be easily flattered. Okay. Easily hurt, self centered, vain. So the problem is you're feeling cheated and crestfallen. And being self righteous only makes matters worse. Okay. All right. Yeah, you guys are easily hurt, especially that moon energy, huh? Be aware that, and the solution is be aware of that light within. Remember who you are, okay? It can never be extinguished, so set no limits on it, okay? You got to remember who you are, okay? So what? You weren't invited to those people's party. You are the party, okay? Remember that. Moon in Leo, okay? So more positives. Dramatic, leader, creative, and persevering. Or negatively overbearing. Simply Moonchild. I so love this teaching. Just found you by scrolling. Gonna sub and hit the notification bell. All right, thank you, Moonchild. This is perfect. Are you a moon in Leo? Moonchild. The moon energy is so important. And that's why I'm reading from this book. Like I was saying, it doesn't get talked about enough, just on its own, in its own right. I'm not talking about reading it along with the sun, the moon, and the rising sign the way a lot of astrologers do, but I'm talking about just drill into the moon energy. Just drill straight into it. And the moon in Leo is going to be overbearing when they're negative. Okay, power tripping, self important, and stubborn. Okay, all right. So the problem could be that you're frightened that your insecurity will be found out. Oh, and that you'll be shut down in flames. Oh, you feel like somebody's going to call you out for being insecure because Leo's not supposed to be insecure. And that's probably a feeling that a Leo moon would feel because, with that moon energy, yeah, the insecurity piece could be there in a negative, but at the same time, you feel like you're not supposed to be. And you don't want to be called out. You don't want nobody to say, "Oh, look at you. You scared." That would tear you up. You're frightened that your insecurity will be found out and that you'll be shot down in flames. You're thinking somebody's going to tear you down. No. Okay? Unless you're being uppity. Somebody might just do that to you. Okay, so the solution would be try expressing yourself honestly rather than trying painfully to prove yourself. Oh, okay. Rather than trying to prove your worth, just say, you know what, I'm feeling a little insecure here. It's going to look good, it's going to look good. I can't remember any examples of Barack Obama admitting that he didn't know what he was doing. I can't think of it, but I'm sure he has, and I'm pretty sure that when he did it, and he's not a moon in Leo that I know of. I need to look at his chart, but he's a sun in Leo, but I just like using him as an example. But I'm pretty sure if he had doubts about something, he had no problem expressing it. But I just don't ever remember him looking like he was confused about anything. He's too good. So, more positives, okay? You are cheerful, Moon in Leo, charming, magnetic, and proud, okay? As well, you should be. But in a negative, you're hedonistic, conceited, attention seeking, and arrogant. Now, hedonistic, what does that mean? I think that means where you want everything, you're greedy or something like that. You're gonna overindulgent, I think is what that means. Hedonistic definition.
Here's the definition of hedonistic: engaged in the pursuit of pleasure, sensually self indulgent.
Yeah, that's what I thought. A hedonistic existence of drink, drugs, and parties is a definition of that word. Yeah, you're chasing after the pleasures. Going too far with that. All right, I want to get my bells back, my wind chimes. I like playing these. All right, so hedonistic, conceited, attention seeking, and arrogant. Arrogant is just never going to go over well, whether you're a moon in Leo or a sun in Leo, it doesn't matter. People don't like arrogant. It's just something that's hated. Oh, I already did Cancer, simply moon. Oh, you mean a moon in Cancer? Okay, because I did Cancer. That was the one I did right before this one. Check out my channel. You'll see the Cancer, and I did Cancer Sun and Cancer Moon. So check that out and see what you think. Yes. Okay. So let's see what might be messing you up, Leo Moon. Okay, you're feeling dissipated, unappreciated, and misunderstood. Mm. Okay, you've been doing too much. If you're feeling dissipated, you're tired, unappreciated for all that you've done. You still, you feel tired. Okay, and misunderstood. People don't know where you're coming from. They don't understand you, Moon and Leo. Okay, so the solution is this: even the bright sun has spots. As you radiate, show your doubts too. Just be real. That's it. You just got to be real. And it's interesting that they're saying even the bright sun has spots when we're talking about moon in Leo. Even the bright sun has spots. As you radiate, show your doubts too. I guess they're just making a comparison. The sun has spots. When you're radiating that beautiful moon glow, okay, show your doubts too. People love that kind of stuff. People love that, especially coming from a Leo. All right, so more positivities. Loyal, sincere. That loyalty piece, that I love that. I love loyalty, but sometimes you take that loyalty piece a little bit too far. I'm talking about myself. I'm not even talking about Moon and Leo. I'm just talking about loyalty, period. And then you end up being a ride or die. That's tired in this day and age, let me tell you. Okay. But anyway, let me get back. Loyalty, sincerity, warm and good hearted. Or the negative would be possessive, inflexible, overreact, and prima donna. Okay, yeah, I can imagine being the prima donna in a moon energy Leo. Prima donna. That's not always a negative. The prima donna is the first, it's the first lady. Prima donna, that's what that means in Italian. I think prima means first, right? But we have a negative spin on it. Let's look it up. You guys know I love looking words up. I like listening to Siri. I don't know what her real name is, but I call her Siri. Definition of prima donna.
Here's the definition of prima donna: the chief female singer in an opera or opera company.
Not that definition, the negative one. You knew which one I was talking about. I guess I have to read it myself. A very temperamental person with an inflated view of their own talent or importance. Yes. That's the negative. Yeah. You don't want to be the prima donna because ain't nobody got time for that. Okay. So let's see. Where was I? All right. So the problem could be with you acting like that is feeling threatened and about to be taken advantage of. You're sulky. Your pride has been wounded. Your pride has been wounded. Okay. Which is real hard for a Leo, no matter if it's a moon or sun or whatever planet. And I'm going to be doing all the other planets. I'm going through the entire thing. This is going to be a huge undertaking that I'm doing here. See how thick this book is. All right. So, yes. All right. You're feeling threatened and you feel like you're about to be taken advantage of. You think somebody's trying to get you, take advantage of you, and you're sulking and your pride is wounded. Okay, so the solution would be to find solace in your principles. Remember who you are, okay? And comfort in your magnanimity. In your magnanimity. which is just saying that you are large, you're big, you are Leo. Hear me roar. You are Leo, hear you roar. Okay, and a Leo moon would be a feminine version of that. Well, definitely, you got what it takes. Don't be tripping. Okay, Leo? Find solace in your principles. And you have principles, okay, like everybody else does. Remember your principles. You're busy trying to prove yourself to people. You need to stop that, okay? And take comfort in your magnanimity, okay? You are Leo, all right? So, my people, that is it. Thank you all for being here with me yet again. I know this particular time is sort of an odd hour, but I'm waiting for my lighting. I have to sit by my window. This is the only lighting that I have that's decent. Is easternly facing lighting. I guess I could rearrange everything, but it's been getting dark and we've been having a lot of smoke in the air. We're in California after all. And yesterday it was just really dingy looking. The light was dull, early. I would have preferred to start this video maybe at 6, 7 even, really. And people would, be off from work if I'm going to be doing this on the weekday. But as soon as I get my lighting, I won't have to trip about that kind of stuff. But so today I had to do it like this. So I hope that I am excused for that. And so, my people, that is the reading for Leo in the sun and the moon. Pulled out my stones once again and all my jewelry trying to front. I could barely hold on to this. This was made a long time ago. It's an organite piece. It's filled with all kinds of crystals and wrapped with copper. Beautiful leather strap. Made a while ago by sex energy goddess Mari. I don't know if she's still doing her thing with this. I have two made from her, organized, and other stuff that I got on. And this piece right here. So, my people, blessings to each and every one of you all. Thank you all for being here with me as I have read through the energy of Leo in the sun and in the moon. Yes, we love you, Leo. All right. Be your wonderful, fiery self and don't let nothing get you down. Just remember the truth of who you are and your power. All right. Peace, my people. Next time is going to be Virgo.